Hello friends, myself Dr. Nandakumar Raubawale from College of Engineering Ambazogai is going to deal with intellectual property rights. This is our 10th lecture concerned with intellectual property rights. So in previous lecture we have discussed about subject matter of copyright, what is included in copyright, then ownership of copyright, who is the owner of the work and author, then determination of copyright, so in whose name this copyright subsists and when it subsists, then author of copyright. So today we will see what is the role of nationality in determination of authorship, then authorship claim, who can claim authorship, advantages of registration of copyright, what benefits one can extract by registering the copyright or the work, the register of copyright and registration. That is the registration process we will be discussing. The role of nationality in determination of authorship. Nationality of author is important factor in determination of ownership. So nationality plays important role in determination of ownership. Who is the owner of that copyright? Depending on the nationality of a person who is registering, who is publishing the work, depends on some cases on nationality, and the protection of copyright work is based on nationality. Where the work is firstly published outside India. In case if a author publishes his work outside India, the author should be Indian citizen at the time of publication. If a author is Indian citizen at the time of publication, and if he has published the work outside India, then also Indian government of India has to protect his work in the territory of India, and the benefits for the copyright have to be awarded to the author of that copyright work. So for example, if you have published your article in some foreign country and you are the citizen of India, and you have registered your copyright in the country where you have published, so that country will also provide protection to your work, as well as government of India will also provide protection to your work in India, because you are the citizen of India. Therefore, the protection will be automatically allotted or will be given to the work of author if he is the Indian citizen. In case of unpublished work, so if the work is unpublished, you have created the work but not published, other than architecture work. So if it is architecture, then for that some different clauses are applicable, where if you have created some work and that can be protected under Copyright Act, and that work you have not published, the author at the time of making of work must be citizen of India. So if author is creating some work and he has not published and he is the citizen of India, then also he gets the protection for his work. In case of architecture work, the work should be located in India. If the work is of architectural category, then if this work is done outside India, then Indian government will not give the protection if it is unpublished or unregistered. If this work is published and registered in India, then only Indian government can give the protection. But if it is not within the India, and if it is located in India and the work is unpublished, then if it is located in India and unpublished, then Government of India will give protection under the Act of Copyright 1957. So according to section 17 subsection A of Copyright Act 1957, in in case any literary, artistic or dramatic work, the create a work is created by employee, authorship claim in case or in course of employment. If a person is the employee of some organization and he is doing some work, and that work involves his skills and labor, then Also, the person who is creating the work is not the owner of copyright. So, proprietor, the employer will be the owner of copyright. As the employee of College of Engineering Ambazogai, if I am going to create some intellectual property in the way of copyright, then myself will not be the owner of copyright because I am going to extract salary. That is nothing but consideration is obtained from college, and therefore the work created is on behalf of institute. Therefore, I shall not be the owner of such work. So it is clearly specified in the Copyright Act. If a employee creates any kind of copyright work in the due course of his employment, then the employee is not the owner of copyright. He is the author, but he is not the owner of copyright. The institute or organization who is going to pay salary will be the owner of that work. So general principle is that a person is employed for said work and paid for the same. Therefore, the product of his labor and creativity belongs to the proprietor. Proprietor in the sense employer. The employer will be the owner of such work. Now, joint ownership. What is this joint ownership? If some work is created by active involvement and close intellectual collaboration and cooperation between two person or more than two person. So if a work is created jointly by two or more persons where they are actively involved as well as they have used their intellect in collaboration and cooperation, then both persons will be author in joint. So such work will be having joint ownership. Now, government work. If any work is created on behalf of government and if there is no any agreement, contrary agreement between the creator is formed, and then that work is nothing but the copyright owner is the government organization of where that work is created. So if a government employee or any contractor is going to do some work on behalf of government, then government shall be the owner of such work. And if there is an agreement between government and the creator of work, then only the creator will be the owner of such copyright work. Lectures delivered in public. The person who gives the public lecture is the owner. So if somebody is going to give a speech or lecture in public, then the person who is going to give this lecture in public will be the owner of that work. But in case if this speech is delivered on behalf of some other person, the other person shall be the owner of that work or that speech. Say for example, uh, some Maharaj people are going to give the speeches or give speeches in regard to the religions or in regard to the good thoughts or good behavior of people in the society, and these speeches are if given by them at their own, then they will be the owner of such speeches. But if they are called by the society or by the people of particular village and they are going to give such speech in that village, then if there is any copyright created in about that speech, the villagers or the organization who has called such person to give speech will be the owner of कॉपीराइट। जो अभी कीर्तन वगैरह होता है, महाराज लोगों को बुलाते हैं हम, तो महाराज लोग जो स्पीच देते हैं तो उसका कॉपीराइट ओनर वो महाराज लोग नहीं होते, क्योंकि हम लोगों ने उनको हायर किया है, बुलाया है, उनको कंसिडरेशन दिया है। अगर से अच्छी तरीके का स्पीच होता है तो वो स्पीच के कॉपीराइट्स सभी जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने, जो ट्रस्ट ने, जो यूनियन ने उनको बुलाया है, वही उसके ओनर होते हैं। एंड कॉपीराइट इन कलेक्टिव वर्क। So if some work is made by the collection of data is published in the form of encyclopedia and dictionary. So many words are collected and a dictionary is prepared. So the words which are collected by a person, so that person will be the owner of that dictionary or encyclopedia. So this work of collection is made by a particular person. Maybe that he has collected this data from copyright work, even some work which is already published. Even then, data is collected from many more sources, and he is going to publish this collection of data. He is not going to publish the work which is created by somebody else. He is going to publish the data. Therefore, the person who is going to collect such data will be the owner of such collected work. The person who collected, edited and organized whole work is the owner of that work. Now, advantages of registration. What are the advantages? If we register copyright work, then what kind of benefits the author will gain? So first example is, it helps in establishing jurisdiction of work and code. Jurisdiction means, so where this work can be protected, and if anyone is going to infringe that work, in which court he can file the suit against the infringement. So it helps to decide jurisdiction or reason, area of where this work is protected and to which court one has to approach in case of infringement or in case of any other dispute. It helps in determination of author. So in case if you have registered, then there is no doubt the person who is going to register the work, copyright work, is absolute owner of that work. And it helps in determining the author. So in case of dispute, so it clearly indicates the person who has registered will be the owner of that copyright. It confirms originality and validity of copyright work. So before registration, when you apply for registration of copyright work, the copyright office has the duty to verify that the work which a person wants to register is original and valid, and then only they allow us to register that work. Therefore, it gives confirmation that this work is original and valid. Therefore, the confirmation can be obtained by registration. Then it helps to determine infringement and period of protection. So if somebody is going to infringe, then we can identify and we can take action, or we can claim for remedy, as well as it gives a certain period for protection of that work. If you do not register, then for how much duration it can be protected, and uh, at what duration the protection gets expired, we cannot identify easily. Therefore, if it is registered, the period of protection can be well known to the author. So it eliminates defense of innocent infringement. Say if you have registered your work under copyright and somebody is going to infringe, and that comes to your knowledge that somebody is infringing your work, and if you take a legal action against such person, then that person will take a defense that he has used it innocently, unknowingly, without any bad intention, and such defenses will be eliminated, and court will take action against such person if he says that the use made by him is innocent or uh, without any bad intention. So court will verify his defense, and if court finds that his defense is not valid, then court will eliminate such defense taken by a person infringing your work. Registration of optional but beneficial. Registration is optional but beneficial. So registration is not compulsory, but it is beneficial to the author. If he registers the work, then he will get certain benefits. So to secure copyright protection to work, a registration is necessary. To have the proper protection of for the work of the author, then registration is necessary. Easily protection can be claimed, therefore registration is necessary. The registration of copyright, as we all know that copyright is statutory in the sense it is lawful, or as per law the copyright is protected, whether it is registered or not. It can be enjoyed within parameters of Copyright Act. So the benefits of your work can be enjoyed within the limits of Copyright Act. So Copyright Act is going to specify certain limits within which author can enjoy benefits of his work under copyright law. The moment work is created, copyright subsists in it. So the moment at which you have created the work, so your work is protected under copyright law. The Act does not provide any provision depriving author from his basic rights without registration. So if you have registered or not registered, it doesn't matter. The law provides protection to your work. If you have created that work and if it is original, then it is nothing which will avoid, which will deprive author from obtaining the protection under copyright law. Then the Copyright Office is located at Bauddhik Sampada Bhavan, New Delhi, Department of Industrial Policy Promotion, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. This is the head office of copyright, which is located at Delhi. So now registration of copyright is specified in the section 44 to 50 of Copyright Act 1957. Section 44 to 50 of the Act contain provisions for registration of copyright. How to do registration is well explained in these sections of Copyright Act 1957, which was implemented or enacted by Government of India in the year 1957. It casts a responsibility of government to provide a mechanism for registration. So this act is going to provide provisions for the proper registration of a copyright work. So it helps to decide the responsibility of government to provide a particular mechanism how to do registration of the copyright work. Now Copyright Office and Register for registration. So Section 44 of the Act 1957 imposes duty on Copyright Office. So Copyright Office is established under Section 9 of the Act. So this office is established and the office has got certain duties, responsibilities to maintain a register in prescribed form. So Office of Copyright has to maintain a register of copyright in a specified form. The form or format is specified by the Act. The Copyright Office shall make following entries in such a register. The Copyright Office has to maintain a register and the Copyright Office has to enter the following details about the copyright work in that register. The name of title of work. So what kind of work you want to register or the work which is registered under Copyright Act, details of that work are entered into this copyright register. Then name and address of author, publisher, owner of the work has to be entered into that register. Such other necessary particulars. So any particular related to the copyright work are registered in this register. Register shall contain 6 parts. So in that register there shall be 6 parts for registration of copyright work. So for registration of following work are works separately. So 6 parts which that register must contain. So one section is literary work. Literary work has to be entered in one section. Then if work is musical, then it has to be entered in second section. Then artistic work, which has to be entered into the third section. Artistic or what you say architecture work has to be entered in artistic work only. Then fourth is cinematograph. The work related to cinematograph has to be entered in fourth section. Then the sound recording in fifth section, computer programs in sixth section. So there are different sections in that register which is maintained at Copyright Office. Application for registration. One who seeks to get protection and wants to register the work under Copyright Act has to submit the form for registration of copyright. The form name is form number 4 and 5. So these are the two forms which help us to register the copyright work. The application shall be made in the form 4. So form 4 is for registration and form 5 is for any changes in the application. So if you want to do editing or any what you say changes, then form 5 has to be used. And if you are a fresh author wants to register your work, then you have to use form number 4. So application shall accompany the prescribed fees. So there shall be fees and that changes from time to time, and whatever is the fees at the time of registration has to be paid at the time of registration. Necessary documents relating to authorship etc have to be given. So as a author, the documents if necessary to prove that you are the author of that work have to be submitted. The application must be made in triplicate. So you have to give 3 copies of application for registration of work. It must be submitted to prescribed copyright office of competent jurisdiction. So head of head office is located at Delhi, but sub offices or its other offices or subsections are opened in various states, and this application must be submitted in the prescribed form to the Copyright Office of competent jurisdiction. In Maharashtra, Copyright Office is located at Mumbai. So such applications have to be submitted to the uh, offices which are located in that jurisdiction, competent jurisdiction. Then notice for public. When anybody wants to register the work in the copyright register, then he has to give a public notice in the form of newspaper or in the form of media news somewhere else. He has to publish or he has to give the notice to public. So a person applying for copyright shall give public notice. He has to give the public notice, and notice shall be given in the form inform public that he is applying for registration. So one who wants to give the notice to the public, he must clearly specify that he is going to register his work under Copyright Act, and the intention to give the notice is to call upon objections if any. So the person who is going to give notice is going to call for objections if that work is registered, or any person having any kind of objection can come to the office and raise his objection regarding registration of such copyright work. If it is a copied work, then someone if is original owner can take objection against such a registration. So notice enables interested person to raise the objection. Interested person in the sense, if any person thinks that this work which is going to be registered is copied from his work, then he can raise objection against registration of your work. The objection must be submitted within 30 days from notice. So a person who is having objection for registration of such work has to raise objection within 30 days. The objection must be raised in writing. So the person who is going to register his objection shall not be uh, giving the complaint or objection in the oral form. He has to submit it in writing. It must be submitted to Copyright Office. The objection has to be submitted in the Copyright Office. He shall not submit this objection in any other office. Registration by registrar. So when a objection is not received by the registrar of copyright, then Copyright Office shall decide registration or non-registration of copyright. So looking at the objection, if there is an objection, valid objection, then the office has to decide that the work is not registrable and he should not allow registration. And if there is no objection, and even if there is objection and that objection is not valid, then a registrar Copyright Office shall decide that the work is registrable and must allow the registration of work. If no objections are registered, a registrar shall make entries in the registration book. Registrar has to make the entries in the registration book. If objections are received, in case if objections are received, provide opportunity to a person. So when objections are received, then the Copyright Office shall call the person to explain the objection for registration of the work, and then the Copyright Office shall take the decision whether the work is registrable or not. If the Copyright Office thinks that, is of the opinion that the work is copied from some other work, then the office shall deny the registration of work. And if the office is of the opinion that the objection is not valid, then office has to decide that the work is registrable and has to register and enter into the registration book. It means the receipt of application in respect of work. The registrar of copyright may, after holding inquiry, the registration office has to make the inquiry and enter particulars of work in the register of copyrights. If he found that the work is valid and registrable, then he has to make the entries into the register of copyrights. Copy to applicant. After registering the work of author, it is duty of registrar to register the work and issue the copy of registration to the author. Registrar shall send a copy to a person applying for copyright after making entries in the register of copyright. So it is the duty of registrar. If he finds no objection and work is registrable, then he has to enter the work into the copyright register, and at the same time he has to send a copy of registration to the person who has applied for registration of his work. Then register of copyright shall be open to public. So when the entries about the registration of a copyright work are made into the register, such register shall be available open to the public to know the works which are registered into the copyright register. The registrar of copyright and entries made, register of copyright and entries made under it, and index of a registered work for copyright shall be open for inspection by common public. Any person can take that register, can see what kind of entries are made, and whether there is a illegal entries or any kind of work which is registered is valid or not. Any person can do inspection. And if a person, a newly uh, interested to register his work, can see the register, and he can see this register, and he can decide whether his work is registrable in the copyright register or not. So he can take his decision also. Any person can inspect or go through it following procedure provided by office. So office is going to specify the procedure in order to verify the register of copyright. So following the following the procedure of office, then a person can inspect or go through the register of copyright. Then evidentiary value of a register or its copy. What is the value, how it is important, and whether it is considered as a evidence. The certificate issued by Copyright Office is valid in the court, and it is going to be the valid proof for a author for registration of work or originality of his work. That we see section 48 of Copyright Act 1957 deals with evidentiary value of register of copyright and registration. So this section tells about the validity of certificate issued by copyright. So register of copyright is prima facie evidence. This is the first evidence of existence and creation of copyright. So this is the very first evidence for the work which is registered by copyright owner. So it is a very sound proof. It is conclusive proof that work is original. So if you have received the certificate from Copyright Office, or certified copy from Copyright Office, then it is a conclusive proof, absolute proof that the work is original and person is author of that work and entitled to different rights under the act. He is going to get rights under the Copyright Act. So this is the absolute evidence we can call. The certified copies of register or entries or extract from the register and signed by registrar with the seal of registration shall be admissible as the evidence in all courts without any further proof. So this itself is the proof evidence, and if a certified copies are obtained from register or entries or extract from register signed by registrar of copyright along with the seal, then such document will stand as the evidence in all the courts. If anyone is going to file a suit against you that you have infringed his work, then you can submit such copies in that court and no other proof is required. So this proof is without any verification, the court will admit such proofs. Then ratification of register. So any changes or any correction are required, then you can make the corrections in this work. Or in case if you obtain the copyright or registration by doing some fraud, mistake or suppression of facts, then your registration shall be liable for cancellation. If the registration is obtained by fraud or by mistake or by suppression of facts, so if you are going to hide some of the facts and getting the registration, then such registration is liable to be cancelled. If any person takes objection that this registration is obtained by fraud or by mistake or suppression of facts, the author has not disclosed the facts, and in such cases even if you have registered your work, that work shall be liable for cancellation. The copyright board shall have powers to ratify or correct the register. So the copyright board is having powers to do corrections or to make the ratification in that register. So that board is having power. The publication. Section 50A of the Act 1957 tells about the publication. This section requires publication of entries in the register. Once you have registered your work in the register, so Copyright Office shall publish this work in the Gazette, official Gazette of India. The ratification, even if there is a ratification, any changes made in the register, then also the Copyright Office has to publish that ratification changes in the official Gazette of India. The publication makes known the general public about the ratification or registration of the work. You have registered or you have made changes in the register, then such changes have to be brought to the notice of common public. So this is how we have seen the process of registration in today's lecture.